Hey everyone, the team behind Sarcophagus is back with another upgrade, and we're going to go through these new functions in this video. But just to give you an idea of what they encompass, that includes multi-network archaeologist, sponsored Bundlr transactions, and also ETH to Sarco swaps in case you don't have enough Sarco to create your Sarcophagus. So one of the big asks for the team was, can you please add a layer 2? Can you add other networks? And in this case, the multi-network archaeologist allows that. There are now 5 networks that are supported by Sarcophagus. That includes Ethereum, Goerli, which is going away soon enough, Sepolia, Polygon, and also the Polygon testnet. So right now you can see I am on MATIC right now, right? I'm on MATIC. So I'm going to switch over to Goerli because I just want to show you that you can actually do that. I'm logged in, I'm connected. You can see that I have another Sarcophagus that I created earlier here. I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you how this works now. So we're going to show you all the new functions. So that's the first thing. The multi-network, you can now switch between networks on your connected wallet and you can create Sarcophagus that way. I'm going to create this, give it a name, choose my resurrection time. We're going to keep this simple. If you want to select a custom date, you can do that. I'm going to have just 30 days. Hit next. I'm going to drag and drop a file here. This is the file that is being uploaded to the Sarcophagus network, and this will be eventually posted on Arium. I'm dropping this in. Okay, so here's where another new function comes in: sponsored uploads. Bundlr is currently used to, as a layer 2, to allow this file to be posted on Arweave. But in the case of some test networks and also sometimes on mainnet, it takes very long for that to occur. So what you can do is you can have the sponsored upload. Click this sponsored upload. That will upload that. You don't have to wait for Bundlr. That account's already set up. There's money in that account. This can be done now. So instead of waiting for that, there's 30 minutes. I've seen as much as half a day for some of these on testnet and even mainnet. You don't have to wait. It's already set up. Those funds are already there. This will be able to push it through. So you use sponsored upload. If not, of course, you can uncheck this. There's a whole other step for that. Connect your Bundlr here. You're going to add funds. But I just want to show that you can skip that part. You can remove that friction right here by just using a sponsored upload. So I'm going to click next. Now, we need to select a recipient method. This is the recipient address that's going to be used for the payload. Right, so I'm just going to, you have multiple options here. Use wallet address. You can use a public key. You can create new. You can generate a new public key. I'm just going to go with the wallet address. That there. And I'm going to click next. Okay. So here we can choose our archaeologist. I'm just going to select Johnny. And you can choose as many as you want here. You can see there unwraps or fails, right? You can select 3 if you want. You can go all the way up. But I just want to do 1 to keep it simple. Next. Okay, so now we're up to how many of your archaeologists are required to rewrap or resurrect your Sarco. It needs to at least be as many archaeologists as you want, so I'm just as you have. So I'm gonna select 1. Again, keeping this super simple. You can choose multiple archaeologists, but again, I just want to show you these new functions. So we get here, right? You can see everything, all the details that we placed in here, and finally we are down to this brand new direct swapping of ETH for Sarco, right? Depending on the fees, you may not have to pay an additional amount. So if you don't have enough Sarco, which you don't know how much Sarco it's going to cost until you get to the end, realistically, unless you know, unless you look ahead, this actually allows you, again, removing the friction, allows you to swap your ETH for Sarco. So here's where I'm going to just hit create Sarcophagus. You can see that I don't have enough Sarco up top. You uncheck this, it's not going to work. You need to have enough Sarco to create a Sarcophagus. Right? So I'm going to create the Sarcophagus, and it's going to go through. It's going to connect, and you're going to have to go through and confirm quite a few transactions. So we're going to confirm here. approving it. You're allowed to spend that amount of money for this transaction. Finally, we are confirming it. Now we can go take a look at our dashboard and see our new transaction. Remember, this one is named test, as you can see. So we created it. Now again, we can see those three new functions. You can switch between networks. Layer 2s are now involved, right? That wasn't there before. You can now work on layer 2s. We have the sponsored Bundlr transactions. That was an issue where Bundlr can take a while if it's your first time. Well, you can skip that by having those sponsored transactions. And then finally, there is the issue of, hey, I don't have enough Sarco. I have to go all the way back. Got to get more Sarco. Well, you don't need to do that anymore. You can use your ETH and pay for that. So with those three new functions, it removes a ton of friction that some users were saying, hey, this is a little bit of an issue. This is causing a little bit of a problem. Well, that friction is now gone. It is much more straightforward.